A common thing that I hear from a lot of guys that I speak to in family law is, I have no chance in New Mexico with regards to custody of my kids because New Mexico is a women's rights state. And I give them that, look, right? My name is attorney Anthony Spratley. I am the owner and founder of Gina's Law Group here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, where we practice family law, which includes my custody and father's rights. So whenever I hear that question from dads, right, from fathers about New Mexico being a women's rights state, I tilt my head like my German Shepherd does, right? When I make those funny noises and the dog's trying to figure out what I'm saying, right? I do the same thing when fathers say that, because my job then is to dispel that rumor that New Mexico is a mother's rights state. So how do I dispel that notion? Well, I need to get to know you, right? As a father, like where is this coming from? How can I convince this father that no, you have just as much rights as the mother, but I need to figure out where this is coming from. And is this because, you feel like the court is not ruling in your favor because maybe you were absent, for majority of the child's life, and now you feel like that gives you an excuse to then come back and ask the court for primary custody, and you think that's realistic? Is that where you're coming from, where you think that the court is a women's rights state? Is it a situation where maybe you're not providing financial support to the mom, and the mom is just asking you to help out with that financial support of that child, and it's been months and months, sometimes years. The mom takes you to court, and now the court says, you know what, you owe back child support for 2 years, and plus there's ongoing support. Is that where you think that this is a mother's rights state? Because the law in New Mexico allows a mother, a parent, to request child support and then get awarded child support for the support of your child? Is that where this is coming from, that you believe that New Mexico is a women's rights state? So we need to figure out what is the source of your frustration, because let's face it, now let's give a clap to moms, right? Majority of mothers in New Mexico, they do the hard work in raising our children. God knows, my wife does a lot of work with my kids, and I'm not gonna, have any false conceptions that she is doing less than what I'm doing. Okay, so we have to be realistic, but at the same time, we also need to be realistic that if you, as a father, want to have the best deal possible during your case, is that you have to be involved. You can't ignore your responsibilities, because I assure you, if you aren't involved and you ignore your responsibilities, that the court will not rule on your behalf, and then you'll also have this misperception that New Mexico is a women's rights state. And so, again, dispel of that notion. You need to do a thorough analysis about why you think that is, and if you're being treated unfairly, you need to figure out, is it because of something that you're doing, right? Granted, I know guys are going to say, oh, it's the mom, she's doing it, she's keeping me away from the kids, it's her. Okay, if that's the case, explain to me, figure out, why is it her? What is going on, right? And then if you need to make changes, you got to go to court, you got to fight for it, and you can't ignore it. Because the longer you ignore it, the less likely you're going to have a good outcome in court. All right, folks, that's all I wanted to talk about today. I hope I dispelled the notion that New Mexico is not a women's rights state. It's a dad's and mom's rights state. So as long as you're involved, you stay engaged, and you follow what is court ordered, and also fulfill your obligations, you'll have some success. All right, folks, that's a wrap. Again, if you want more information, reach out to us at www.genuslawgrp. That's our website where you can get more content. And you can also go to our Protect Your Success podcast on Apple iTunes. All right, folks, thank you, and that's a wrap.